Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Air Jungle.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Jungle.
Welcome to the main news once again. We apologize for that abrupt cut from the main news. That was due to loss of sound. However, we look at the headlines once again. African swine fever breaks out in Lusaka, killing over 35 pigs. Lusaka Magistrate Court dismisses DPP's matter following a nolle prosequi. Edgar Lungu directs the police to investigate HH's remarks that he controls the state intelligence system. In foreign news, Namibian President Pohamba wins $5 million African prize. For the details, join me shortly. Thank you so much for joining us with the main news in detail. My name is Carla Nshima. African swine fever has broken out in Lusaka's Lilai area and has killed over 35 pigs so far. Speaking in an interview with the Prime TV, Caroline Doris of Caroline's Piggery says so far nothing has been done by government. Mrs. Doris says she reported the matter to government and the veterinary authorities, but they have not helped to contain the fever. She adds that her farm, 11 breeders and 29 small pigs have died, which has affected her business. Mrs. Doris has called on government to help fumigate the disease before it goes to other areas in Lusaka. Efforts to get a comment from government proved futile by broadcast time. We would like to warn that the pictures you're about to see may be disturbing and in bad taste.
Serious swine fever has broken out in Lusaka's Lilai area. The outbreak of the disease has now killed over 35 pigs and is still posing a threat to many pigs. The matter has been reported to the veterinary department and government has done nothing for over 11 days now. Caroline Doras, a farmer who runs a piggery in Lilai, has called on government to fumigate the area and take steps to prevent the disease from spreading.
We called the vets on Sunday, and the one vet guy from Kafui came and he analyzed the pigs and said there was swine fever. So he in our presence, he called the other vets who were actually operating in Mimosa to come and also assess this problem that we have, and then to come and slaughter the pigs and do fumigate the place. We waited from Sunday. We've been calling them from Sunday. Every day we've called James to find out what's happening.
And a worker at Caroline's piggery says the farm has lost all the pigs from the disease, and this has created a shortage of pork.
Wafya buliko dawa pasande kuli nkumba imwe ya fiere. So nombaro ya fiere na shire mwana tubana twali 10 na mwana 5 twafwa pashara 5 pali mpamande. So pasande ino kusayingiramo kusanga utubana tonse na tufwa na idai nine ya fiere na onaifu. Futi pamande pamande futi kusanga shibiri nashifu. Mpaka fenomba every day kusafika pasande futi shonse shapo na ishukuru kufa. So makaita kwali kuyaita kwa veti ya ni flu, swine flu, so manje swine flu ya kaena kaifo ya mtoto wa ishiwe kula ingira mono kuingia.
The disease is likely to spread if nothing is done, and this might result in shortages of pork in Lusaka, thereby pushing prices of pork up. For Prime TV News, Daniel Tonga, Lusaka.
President Edgar Lungu has ordered police to immediately question opposition UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema over his remarks that he controls the Zambian intelligence system. During a news conference last week, Mr. Hichilema claimed that he controls the intelligence system in the country. Before President Edgar Lungu, President Lungu said the police should investigate to ascertain whether Mr. Hichilema's claims are true or are just aimed at bringing confusion in the country through mere politicking. He has also directed police to investigate and identify the officers leaking information to the UPND leader. President Lungu issued the directive Monday morning when he saw in Justice Irene Mambilima as Chief Justice. A human rights activist has advised President Lungu to firmly deal with anyone perceived to be connected to the famous cartel. Bredna Changala says the said cartel is a danger to society and in government as it hijacks power from elected leaders. Mr. Changala states that President Lungu should therefore ensure that no stone is left unturned, as this might result in his powers being hijacked. He explains that the cartel is not interested in the welfare of anyone but their own selfish interests, hence the need for it to fight it. And Mr. Changala has advised Zambians to give a chance to President Lungu to prove his worthiness. He says it is too early for people to start judging Mr. Lungu, as he has been in office only for a short period of time. Mr. Changala said this in an interview with Prime Television in Lusaka.
As a people, we have every responsibility that the man we elect, we give him the full support, unless he goes out of his way to do other things. At the moment, Edgar Lungu is on course. But let's see, it's too early and too soon for us to start judging him either harshly or correctly. But I must also put it on record. He has this mammoth task to dismantle the cartel. This cartel that hijacks power from elected leaders. And then they use the fight against corruption. A fight against corruption is a noble fight, but they have used it and abused it to target certain perceived political enemies to settle scores.
The Lusaka Magistrate has dismissed the cases in which Director of Public Prosecution Mutembo Nchito is charged of abuse of authority contrary to the laws of Zambia. The dismissal follows a nolle prosequi that was entered by Mutembo Nchito against himself on 20th February. In his ruling, Magistrate Lamek Mwale told the court that after considering the matter, he is of the view that the DPP has power to discontinue the case. Magistrate Mwale ordered that the case be discontinued as the matter was not an exception due to the powers vested in the DPP by the Constitution. And speaking to journalists, Mr. Nchito said the law had to be followed. Meanwhile, the complainant in the matter, Newton Nguni, disclosed that he will appeal against the ruling.
Attempt to have the Director of Public Prosecutions, Mutembo Nchito, nailed for abuse of authority has hit a fresh snag after the court sustained a nolle prosequi he entered against himself. The matter drew wide attention from the public as it was a first time seeing a sitting DPP being charged in office. Mr. Nchito looked calm in court as the ruling was being passed by Magistrate Lamek Mwale. After ruling, a free Mutembo Nchito could hardly speak to journalists but was able to indicate that law is law.
The law is the law. That's the answer.
Yes, we know. But, this is the first time it's happening in Zambia, where you enter the nolle as a DPP.
And the complainant in the matter, Newton Nguni, disclosed that he will appeal against the ruling.
No, we are going to appeal to the High Court because they are raising a constitutional matter. Because we have to know whether or not a DPP who has committed a crime is not amenable to the jurisdiction of this country.
Don't you think he will face the same since he still has the powers?
No, we cannot. We are going to appeal in terms of him entering a nolle where he's accused, unless the country is saying that the DPP is above the law.
The Lusaka Magistrate Court has discontinued the case in which the current Director of Public Prosecution, Mutembo Nchito, was facing 9 counts of abuse of authority contrary to the laws of Zambia, and this is, of course, among other issues. The court ruled that the Director of Public Prosecution, Mutembo Nchito, has still got the powers to enter a nolle prosequi in his own case, and based on that, he did say that the case be discontinued. For Prime TV News, Daniel Tonga, at the Magistrate Court, Lusaka.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for that report. UPND senior member William Banda has warned that if political violence is not checked by the ruling Patriotic Front, the country will be on fire. Mr. Banda says all the violence in other countries have happened when a sitting government tries to be violent towards the opposition. He says that the happenings like those in Rwanda is the best example of what political violence can bring if not properly checked and fought within the government. Mr. Banda has advised the ruling Patriotic Front to sober up and start living like human beings and not animals that want to see blood every time. He has also advised youths not to be used in political violence for their own good.
So in my view, I think this violence is only the government of PF which can stop it. But if they don't stop it, my only advice to them, they must know what happened in Rwanda, what happened in other countries. Those other countries where people perpetrated violence by using their tribes, up to now they cannot heal the wounds of those violence. Many innocent people have died, and I don't think in Zambia people want to die anyhow like that. My only advice is that please cow down these assailants.
You're watching the main news on Prime Television. We go for our first break. Join me shortly for more news. Stay with us.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
The Prime TV News continues. The digging to build structures and connect fiber cables around Lusaka has now started creating problems. The digging of foundations has now resulted in the breaking of water pipes underground managed by the Lusaka Water and Storage Company and government. The works by many contractors has already created problems of water shortages. Gwen Miller now reports.
The digging of foundations for fiber cables in Lusaka has become more common, especially where contractors are given a place to put up and erect the structures. This trend has caught the attention of Lusaka Water and Storage Company because these works end up breaking the water pipes underneath. The Lusaka Water and Storage Company has now come out to condemn the act, and anyone found wanting will be prosecuted.
As Lusaka Water and Storage Company, we wish to take advantage to basically warn all contractors on the ground that before you go to site to dig anywhere in Lusaka, please we advise that you contact us so that we can share information with you on where our pipes are sitting. We've had a trend of contractors moving to site and damaging our water pipes in the ground, mainly as they are doing their diggings or as they are doing their thrust borings. And we have now taken a step that any contractor who is going to damage our infrastructure will immediately be charged with heavy penalties from Lusaka Water, according to the Water and Sanitation Act of 1997.
This scenario has not only affected Lusaka Water and Storage Company, but has also resulted in many places having water pipes damaged. Gwen Mwila reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
Zesco Limited has procured a new 10 MVA transformer at a cost of 1.3 million kwacha to replace the current 47.5 MVA transformer at Chipata substation in Eastern Province. Speaking in an interview with Prime TV from Chipata, Zesco spokesperson Henry Kapata says Chipata has been experiencing massive load shedding of late. Mr. Kapata says the procurement of the transformer will lessen the issues of load shedding in the province as Zesco aims at providing the best services to its clients. He has further added that the company will ensure it sorts out any issues of load shedding in the country for the betterment.
Yes, please. We have just procured this particular transformer. Now, this is a 10 MVA, that is 66 to 11 kV transformer that we've just procured in replacement for the 47.5 MVA transformer that has been giving problems to Chipata. So we believe that by replacing the 7.5 MVA with this particular 10 MVA, we'll be able to address the issue of power deficit in Chipata. And so this has been procured at a cost of 1.3 million kwacha. And so the residents of Chipata of late have been complaining about the style of load shedding that we have been executing here. Several shops, institutions have been complaining that we haven't performed pretty well. So this particular transformer has been procured because ZESCO Limited believes we have to move forward.
The Immigration Department has deported a total number of 15 Zimbabweans from the country. The Zimbabwean nationals were among the 51 foreign nationals arrested during a cleanup operation conducted by the Regional Immigration Office in Lusaka on Friday. The department has deported 2 other Zimbabweans after they had completed serving their respective prison sentences for immigration offences. The department has also deported 2 Egyptians from the country, while the Livingstone Regional Immigration Office also deported 1 Pakistani national via Hari Mwangankombula International Airport. Immigration officers in Nakonde refused entry to 2 Nigerian nationals, 2 Congolese nationals, 9 Tanzanians, and 1 Somali national for failing to meet various entry requirements. This was in a statement made available to Prime TV News in Lusaka. Former PF Secretary General Edward Mumbi has announced his return to politics after a long absence from the political scene. Announcing his return to active politics in Lusaka recently, Mr. Mumbi says he will rejoin the UPND to spearhead the fight for a better Zambia. He explains that Zambia has completely collapsed in all areas under the PF rule, hence the need to restore the country's lost glory. Mr. Mumbi says he could not rejoin the PF as the party has lost direction and can no longer be trusted.
The unfolding events in our country, it is now prudent and it has become important that I should come back into politics once more. Looking at where our country is going, it leaves us with nothing but shame.
Another break. When we do come back, we look at international news.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Welcome back. Outgoing Namibian President Hifikepunye Pohamba has been announced as the winner for the Mo Ibrahim Award for African Leadership, a lucrative prize worth millions of dollars. Pohamba was announced as the winner of the award at a ceremony in Nairobi on Monday. The award is given out by the foundation of Mohammed Mo Ibrahim, a Sudanese-British former mobile communications entrepreneur and billionaire. According to the Mo Ibrahim Foundation's website, the Ibrahim Prize recognizes and celebrates African leaders who have developed their countries, lifted people out of poverty, and paved the way for sustainable and equitable prosperity. The award, worth $5 million over 10 years and then $200,000 per year, is only open to former African executive heads of a state or government who who have left office in the last 3 years after being democratically elected. South Sudan's army says it has demanded an explanation from the leader of an allied militia accused of abducting hundreds of boys from school. Army spokesman Colonel Philip Agua told the BBC the leader of the Shilluk militia, Johnson Olan, has been summoned over the reported abductions. Hundreds of boys were captured by the militia this month to be used as child soldiers, according to the UN. South Sudan says it does not directly control the Shilluk militia. Mr. Olon was made a major general in the South Sudanese army as part of an amnesty in 2013. However, his forces have never been fully integrated into the military. For more than a year, the South Sudanese army and allied militias have been fighting rebel groups loyal to former Vice President Riek Machar. For more international news, we have a look at Al Jazeera.
Iraq's army has launched a major offensive to retake Saddam Hussein's hometown of Tikrit from ISIL. Jane Araf has more from Baghdad.
This is one of the big military operations that will proceed, take back Mosul, which is still a long way to come. In this one, there are a combination of, there's U.S. air support, Sunni fighters, Shia militias backed by Iran, and of course the Iraqi military.
ISIL has freed 21 Assyrian Christians. Some of those freed were welcomed at a church in Hasaka city. ISIL is still holding captive more than 200 people from the minority community in Syria. Some senior Democrats, including Vice President Joe Biden, are threatening to boycott Benjamin Netanyahu's speech to the U.S. Congress. Israel's Prime Minister arrived in Washington on Sunday. He's expected to argue against any nuclear deal with Iran. Protests are taking place in the South Korean capital after North Korea fired 2 short-range missiles. South Korea's military say they landed in the sea. North Korea carried out the test hours before the US, and South Korea start joint military exercises. A bomb blast in Egypt's southern city of Aswan has killed 2 people. At least 5 others were injured, including a soldier. The bomb went off near a police station. It's unclear at this stage who is behind the attack. Tens of thousands of Russians have marched in Moscow to mourn the death of opposition leader Boris Nemtsov. The Kremlin critic was killed in a drive-by shooting on Friday. It was one of the biggest demonstrations in the capital since protests against President Vladimir Putin 4 years ago. Rescue teams in Afghanistan were able to reach some remote villages on Sunday after a massive avalanche. Bulldozers and other machinery have been clearing roads cut off for almost a week. In Abdullah Khel, one of the villages hit by the avalanche, villagers dug snow from under crushed houses in the search for bodies. Local people say 22 people have been killed and 4 wounded.
On that foreign roundup, we've come to the end of the main news. But before we go, a quick look at the headlines once more. African swine fever breaks out in Lusaka, killing over 35 pigs. Lusaka Magistrate Court dismisses DPP's matter following a Nole press security. Edgar Lungu directs police to investigate H8's remarks that he controls state intelligence system. In international news, Namibian President Pohamba wins $5 million African prize. That's the end of the news. On behalf of everyone involved in this production, my name is Carla Nchima. Thank you so much for your viewership. God bless you, and bye-bye.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.